Good morning, good afternoon. Go ahead and hit the share button before we get started. I'm not even going to get started yet. I'm not even going to greet you yet until you hit the start button. The start button. Go hit the share button. Hit the share button. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up button. Hit all the buttons, all the places right here, right now, before we get started. Go hit it right now. That's called digital currency. I think you can handle this. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Wherever you are, go ahead and drop something in the chat box and let me know where are you tuning in from. If you're part of the replay gang, put hashtag replay gang. Yes, yes. Let's get it. 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 All right. I'm going to sit there right there. Whoops. I don't know where to sit this thing. I don't know. We're going to sit it right here. Boom. All right. Technology is not on my side this morning, I see. That's okay. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. And this is a new episode. We in our new season. We in season 4, and I think this might be like episode 3. Don't quote me, though. But today we are going to talk about how to 10x your confidence. I don't know if y'all know anything about confidence, but what I know is that people pay for confidence. People pay you for your confidence. They pay the most confident people, whether they know what they're doing or not. It's the most confident people who walk in the room who catch your attention. So those are the kind of things we're going to talk about. But before that, we're going to have our food for thought as always. So if you can hear me and you watching live, go ahead and drop something in the chat box. I want to make sure I'm not muted or we don't have any kind of audio issues or any of that kind of stuff. You know how it goes out here. Things happen. And I want to make sure that is not happening before we start on this powerful conversation. All right. So before we get started to this, I'm just excited about this whole confidence thing because it's something that I need to work on. But today I was tuned into Millionaire Minded TV with Haziq Ali, and I wrote down a quote from him. So I want to say good morning, Jax Alvarado. Good morning. So Haziq Ali from Millionaire Minded TV said that perfection is the curse of the poor. Now, I'm not going to say they're his words, but that's whose mouth I heard speak them. And so I wrote them down. It says, perfection is the curse of the poor. It's perfectionism that holds us back so many times in life, trying to get things perfect, wanting things to be perfect. We want the perfect relationship. We want it to be all just cute and just everything works out perfect. We want our business to be perfect. We want our experiences to be perfect. We want to look perfect. We see all this stuff that we do, and we see all these people on social media and all that kind of thing, and they look perfect. They all filtered up. They all made up. Folks not even walking around with their real hair, and I'm not just talking about the girls. There's guys out there walking around with the fake hair. So just think about that. Come on. So perfection is the curse of the poor. It is the poor who are out there spending all their money on clothes and shoes and purses and hair that they cannot afford. Where wealthy-minded people ain't about that life. They are investing their time and their energy into what has a return on investment. What's really going to pay them? What's really going to pay them in the future? That's what we want to be thinking about, and not trying to have stuff so perfect. You want things so perfect that you're not willing to fail. And if you haven't heard the episode about F up better, listen to that one. You have to be willing to fail. If you're not willing to fail, then that means you're not willing to succeed. They go hand in hand. Perfection is the curse of the poor. So quit trying to be so doggone perfect. I wish I could cuss, but I try to say PG-13 as much as I possibly can. But you know what word I want to say. Stop trying to be so perfect. How about go fail on purpose? So that way you can maybe get a little closer to perfection. That's how you get to perfection. Practice doesn't make perfect, but we're going to talk about that later. I'm going to tell you what practice makes. But perfection is holding you back. Perfection is holding me back. Wanting to have the perfect lighting, the perfect sound, the perfect look, the perfect guest, the perfect show notes, just the perfect everything. We don't take that step forward that's really awaiting us trying to be so doggone perfect? What if we accepted that things aren't going to work out perfectly, or it's perfectly working out for us, whether it looks like it, feels like it or not? Because everything is always working out for us. What's better than that? If everything is always working out for me, then that means everything is perfect, right? No matter what it looks like to other people, no matter what it even looks like to myself. Perfection is the curse of the poor. So if you want to eliminate some of your poverty mindset, quit trying to be so perfect. Quit trying to look perfect. Quit trying to sound perfect. Quit trying to expect perfection out of other people. Let's put that out there. Let's stop expecting perfection from other people. Come on. Let's stop expecting perfection from other people, because that is disappointing us, expecting them to show up perfect when we don't even show up perfect. Expecting them to perfectly hit deadlines when we don't perfectly hit deadlines. So maybe if we quit working on perfection for ourselves, we might stop seeking it out of other people, and we might just accept people for how they are and what they are able to produce. And we might accept ourselves and what it is that we're able to produce. Let's give ourselves some grace. Let's give some of the people in our lives some grace. Let's give our business, let's give our results some grace, because perfection is the curse of the poor. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Haziq Ali from Millionaire Minded TV this morning for giving me that nugget that I just had to share with you all. And I'm very pleased to know that that is one of my business partners in the credit business building of Nove. So listen, you have to feed your mind stuff that is going to encourage you, that is going to motivate you. Like I said, the motivator needs motivation as well. So that's where I go get something from, but we have to feed our spirits. We have to feed our minds so we can get out here and do what we have to do and be okay with not being perfect, being okay with messing up. So I don't want to harp too long on perfection is the curse of the poor, but it just was such a strong statement that I just want to say it over and over and over for myself and for you too, love bug. Perfection is the curse of the poor. So if we're going to do something today and this week to be 1% better, let's do that. Let's stop expecting perfection from ourselves and from other people. I can't wait to see how it just pans out for today. I mean, I just got this message this morning and I can't wait to apply it and see how does this go. So yes, I cut my hair. A lot of people are just noticing that I cut my hair. Yes, I am 41, fearless and hairless. All right. So let's get into today's conversation. Let me get a sip of water because I'm ready to go. This morning, we're talking about how to 10x your confidence. Yes. So I'm going to start easy and then I'm going to ramp it up. So be ready. So the first few things you might not have to write down, but some of them other ones, you're going to want to write it down because you're not going to even want to accept it coming out of my mouth. I promise you. All right. But the first one's easy peasy. So the first one, well, not so easy, but I think it's one of the most important ones, which is to turn off your inner critic and turn on your inner hero. So our inner critic is that small voice in our head, the one that's always criticizing us, the one that's always judging us, the one that's letting us know that you can't really do that. You think you can really do that? You can't really do that. You're not enough. You can't do this. That kind of thing. That is your inner critic. The inner critic is the one that says, well, ain't nobody else done it. The inner critic says so many things that sometimes you unfortunately resonate with, because that's that lack of self-confidence. When we improve our self-confidence, it'll be even easier to drown out that small voice. But what I want to encourage you to do is to give that voice a name. And I usually call mine out by the whole name. Like, how your mama call you out about your whole name, your whole government name. When I find myself saying some stuff to myself that is not what I should be resonating with, and I'm not, y'all know how I feel about that word, but I tell myself, stop, just stop. I talk to myself like I would talk to somebody else that is getting on my nerves. Because please believe, my ego is getting on my nerves. I bet you your ego's been getting on your nerves as well. It's been keeping you from doing stuff. It convinces you that you're even better than other people and that you don't even need to work on yourself. That's what your inner critic will say, oh, I got this. I'm good. I don't care how good you are. You can always stand to be better. All right. So while you're turning off that inner critic, I want you to turn on your inner hero. So you can start off by just literally getting in the mirror and posing with your hands on your hips. So if you're a man, think of, well, who is your favorite superhero out there? Whether it's Superman or Method Man, I don't care who it is, Iron Man, whoever it is, Black Panther. Imagine yourself embodying that energy, embodying that power that you see them out there doing stuff on television or on the movie or whatever it is in the comic book, and embody that. If you're a woman, be Wonder Woman, be She-Ra, be whoever speaks to you. Even if it is just your grandmama who you thought was a super badass. Put your hands on your hips, stand with your feet apart, stand tall, shoulders out, chest up, and smile at yourself. Or maybe look real serious, like, yeah, I'm ready. But you have to build your confidence sometimes using psychology. And that's a psychology trick that always works. Shout out to Janet Sellers for that one. So the next thing on my list is to practice, practice, practice. So one thing that I definitely learned in Toastmasters is that an unprepared person has the right to be nervous. Point blank, period. An unprepared person, whether you're a speaker, it doesn't matter what you're doing. It doesn't matter what your line of work is. Of course, you're not going to feel confident if you have not really been applying yourself and really practicing your craft. If you're a comedian, practice your jokes. Whatever it is, you have to practice, practice, practice. Don't ever think that you are too good not to grow. I guess that must be a real kicker this morning. Somebody needed to hear that because it's come out of my mouth twice. We need to be sure that we are always up in our game, always raising the bar. You can always raise the bar, no matter what you're doing, no matter how good you are, no matter how much money you make, no matter how good the loving is. You can always up the bar. You can always raise the game. But when you practice, practice, practice that thing where you are lacking confidence, your confidence is going to shoot through the roof, okay? That's what we need to do. So practice what it is. If you have a presentation, practice the presentation before you get it, before you give it, before you deliver it. Practice to yourself, practice to your friends, practice to the stuffed animals. Whatever you got to do, record yourself, but practice and do what you need to do so that way your game is at its peak. If you got to practice a conversation and your pickup lines before you go to the bar, do what you got to do, boo. But practice and be prepared because that will build your confidence. And today the conversation is all about 10xing your confidence. So the next thing I want to tell you about practice is that practice does not make perfect. Practice makes confident. Practice makes confident, okay? That's what it makes. And because what I said earlier is that we don't want to work towards perfection, although it will make us very close to perfect. Practice will make you super close to perfect. It'll make you more perfect than you were before you practice. That's for doggone sure. But practice will make you confident. And that's what you want. You want the confidence to be exuding from your voice, to be exuding from your body language, exuding from your words, from whatever your work is, exuding from your results. So something that wasn't on my list that I should have added in there that's also an easy peasy is just to look the part. Think about the person that looks confident when they walk in the room. You might not even know them, but you're like, that person is confident. It's because they look the part. So look the part, smell the part. And yes, smell the part. Smelling good does something else for your psychology. Just think about it. Certain smells turn you off and make you have a bad attitude. But when you smell good, you feel good. So smell good and look good. And that will build up your confidence. Okay? So the next thing on my list is to set small attainable goals. You know, we talk about being 1% better. That way we're not making big leaps and bounds, But let's worry about setting some small, attainable goals. So let's say you want to wake up earlier. So instead of going for that whole hour, how about you wake up 5 minutes earlier and then you celebrate yourself like, yes, I did it. See, the thing is, people with low self-esteem typically do not celebrate themselves. We got to celebrate ourselves, love bug. You got to celebrate you. You're worth celebrating. And if you make any little inch towards a goal, honey, celebrate it. Even if you just got out the bed this morning, celebrate. Now, if you got up and made your bed, celebrate that. If you got up, made your bed, and took a shower, a cold shower, celebrate that. And if you know about the cold shower challenge, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you need to go to my YouTube channel and find the playlist of Take the Cold Shower Challenge. I think we're releasing week 6 video, I think tomorrow. So yes, get involved. It will definitely change your mind, and it definitely will build your confidence up. Because one thing that I'm going to say next on my list is to do something scary every day. So taking that cold shower can be it, or doing something that you've been avoiding. I've been avoiding sending this email to this yoga school where I was right up to the end of finishing, but then life happened. I got sick. My grandmother died. All kind of things happened, and I didn't finish my last 2 weeks of my training. And I haven't reached out to them because I've been nervous, because I've been lacking the confidence, but I'm just going to do it today because I told y'all, and now somebody can hold me accountable for it. All right. I'm going to do something small that scares me. You don't have to do something big. You don't have to be like me and jump out of the airplane or zip line, although I do highly recommend it. But build your confidence up by doing something little. So also doing something that we want to do towards our goals, but doing something that we don't want to do, or that we know we have clearly been avoiding for one reason or another. It doesn't matter. Just do it. Be like Nike. Just do it. All right. Okay, so now it's finna get a little tough. These last 2 are the hardest 2 on my list. So brace yourselves. All right, the first one is you're going to lay down in public for 10 seconds. Yeah, and you're going to do it twice. Because the first time, you're going to feel some type of way, but the second time, you're going to feel like, I'm serious. So you're probably thinking like, what? Yes, you have to lay down in a public space where there is traffic, there is people walking, whatever. I don't care if it's on the sidewalk. I recommend somewhere like the grocery store. I did it in the airport. Those 10 seconds are going to go by so fast. It's going to be unbelievable. And you're going to think, what is the point? The point is that, first of all, you're going to notice that nobody is paying you any attention. Only you are paying you attention. Only you are judging what you're doing. Not the people around you. That's you, boo. That's you judging you. That's you cutting yourself off before you get started. So set the timer. I want to say set it for 11 seconds because it's going to take you a second to get down there. But set the timer. Boom. Lay down. The 10 seconds are going to happen really fast. So just count the 10 in your head and then pop back up. Look around real quick and see if anybody's paying attention. I bet you they're not. You know, people aren't even going to come and see, are you okay? It's horrible. It's because people are so self-absorbed. Everybody's in their own world. So how about you get in your own world just like them and lay down for 10 seconds on the ground. And then once you've done it once, I want you to do it again. So do it twice. That second time, you're going to feel a jolt of confidence. And it's not even more of a confidence. It's going to be like, F what people think. I don't care what people think. I'm doing me. It's going to build up that self-esteem. It's going to build up that confidence. I'm telling you, it's going to change your game. Now, I'm not going to recommend that you do these 2 things on the same day because this next one is even more challenging. And I'm going to take it easy on you-ish. So typically, I have my clients do this, what we call the rejection report. And you have to get 5 no's within a week. So I'm going to ramp it up and dial it back at the same time. I'm going to challenge you to get 3 no's in one day. Now, don't lay down and do the 3 no's on the same day. Don't do that. Don't do yourself like that. Separate days, okay? But I want you to ask people for things that you are expecting a no from. I prefer for you to do it for strangers, but I would like for you to include at least one person on that list of someone that you know. and ask them for something that you probably been wanting to ask for, but you know they're going to say no. Ask them anyway, because when they say no, you can say, well, Mimi the motivator said for me to do this, and I was expecting a no anyway, so thank you. Those no's are going to be so hard to get. It's going to blow your mind. Go for the no. Go in expecting the no, because people won't tell you no. They'll come up with something else, and they might even say yes. People have walked away with free meals, free gas, and all kind of other stuff. You just never know. Or just an avocado. I got an avocado one time. But ask people for something that you need or desire. Something that you really desire, whether it's for your business or something personal. Ask the neighbor, can I borrow your car and go down the street real quick? Make it a fun. Make it a game. It's a game. Don't take it so serious. All right? Remember, we're building up confidence, and this is just an activity to help us do that. Because when we build up our confidence, we're going to build up our bank accounts along with it. That's the plus. That's the fringe benefit of building up your confidence, especially if you are an entrepreneur. Whatever you're selling, they're going to want to buy it because you're confidently talking about it. If you're wanting a promotion at work, switch up your game and step up your game and put your jacket on and walk in there with shoulders rolled back, chest puffed out, walking with some swag. Walk up in there like, yeah, you own the place, like you are the boss. You are the CEO, and watch how you start going up that chain, because people buy into confidence. Confidence is where it is. Confidence is like that special sauce that people walk around with and you don't even know what it is. Special sauce. You want that special sauce. So I want to go over our things. I want to say we got 7 things on our list because I added one in between there. So the first thing on our list is to turn off the inner critic and to turn on your inner hero. Number 2 is to practice. Number 3, set small attainable goals and celebrate yourself. Number 4, look and smell the part. Number 5, do one thing every day that either scares you or that you have been avoiding, which is the same thing. That's probably why you ain't did it. Okay. Number 6, lay down in public for 10 seconds and do it twice. You don't have to do it on the same day. I encourage you to, but do it twice. And then the last thing on my list, number 7, is the rejection report. So I want you to go out there and get 3 no's in one day. I don't care if you got to go down the strip mall and go inside of each place and say, may I get a pizza, please, for free? Whatever you got to do, go out there and get your 3 no's. That confidence boost is going to take you places that your degree, your certificate, your job title, or anything else will not take you. That boost in confidence will expand what you already have. That boost of confidence will expand the opportunities that come your way. So boost your confidence up and make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. All right? And don't forget the food for thought for today. And if you're just tuning in, good thing there is a such thing as a replay. So go back and watch or listen to the whole entire show. That perfection is the curse of the poor. So if you want to be poor, keep on striving for perfection. But if you want to be wealthy, rich and wealthy, be ready to fail. Fail forward. Fail better. And fail your way to success. All right? So if there are any questions, I got a couple of minutes available to answer any questions. If it's anybody who is watching live, if you got a question you would like for Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator to answer, then let's get her in. So I know that some people may be disappointed that I said I was going to talk about sciatica last week, but we ran out of time. So what I want to do is, instead of cramming it in today, I've decided that I will dedicate just a special video to the real causes and possible cures for sciatica. So if you know anybody who is dealing with sciatica or any kind of back issues, then that is definitely going to be the information for them. Some other things that I definitely have to tell you about is the Minority Mastermind has me teaching the course creation masterclass again. So if you have missed out, go to theminority-mastermind.com and find the course creation so you can convert 30 minutes of content into a 6-week online course with ease. And when I say with ease, it's going to blow your mind how easy it is. Something else that we got going on is we are getting ramped up for Get High on Motivation Live 2022. So we are on the hunt for speakers and vendors and volunteers. So if you want to volunteer, if you want to do your social media thing for us, whatever it is that you feel like that you can lend to the Get High on Motivation Live event that we have every single year, it is a live transformational event that you will not want to miss. And we are ramping it up for 2022. Okay. So if you don't know about Get High on Motivation Live, it is an annual event that we do where we take this idea and take it to the next level. And it's not just me. There will be other powerful speakers on stage. There will be breakout sessions. There are a plethora of awesome vendors every year. Hey, you better get in where you fit in, because 2022 is going to be the year of wealth and abundance. So the theme of Get High on Motivation Live 2022 is is happy, healthy, and wealthy. So if you're interested in being happy, healthy, and wealthy, then you definitely want to make sure that you get your tickets early. They are not available yet, but I'll let you know when they are. Come on, come on, come on, come on. So come through. I want to give a shout out to Miss Kim Connor, Credit Kim in the house. Thank you for joining me this morning, and thank you all for joining me, no matter where you have tuned in. And make sure you hit the button that shares this with someone else. Now, you know I love them 5 stars, and I love comments too. So if you are on that Apple, go on and make it happen. All right. I love you. This is the Get High on Motivation show. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. And we are working on being 1% better in one area of our life every single day. So keep tuning in. I'll be here every single week just for you. 30 minutes, just me and you, baby. Just me and you, love bug. So be happy, be healthy, be you. I love you.